During an argument, she yelled, "My ex would have never treated me like this." I replied quietly, "You're right." Then I called her ex, explained the situation, and put them on speakerphone. He said, "That's because I knew when to walk away. Good luck, man." The silence was deafening. I, 29 male, can't believe I'm actually typing this out, but here we are. My girlfriend, Gemma, 27, and I have been together for about 18 months, living together for the last 6. Things started great. She was funny, ambitious, worked in event planning. I'm an accountant, pretty boring job, but stable income. The red flags started small. She'd make these little comments comparing me to her ex, Dominic. Dom always knew the best restaurants. Dom would have gotten us better seats. Dom understood fashion, always followed by, "But you're sweet," or some other backhanded consolation. I let it slide. Everyone has a past, right? But over the last few months, it escalated. Any disagreement turned into Dom would never. The thing is, she dumped him, said he was emotionally unavailable. Yet somehow he became this gold standard I was constantly measured against. 3 days ago, we had an argument about household expenses. Context, I pay 70% of rent and utilities because I earn more, fair enough. But she wanted me to also cover her car insurance because money is tight, while she just dropped $800 on concert tickets for her and her friends. I said no, calmly explained I'm not her ATM. That's when she exploded, full volume finger pointing the works. Dom would have never treated me like this. He understood what it meant to take care of his woman. You're just cheap and pathetic. Something in me just shifted. Years of these comparisons, the entitlement, the manipulation. I went completely calm. "You're right," I said quietly. She stopped mid-rant, surprised. "What? You're right. Dom would never treat you like this." I pulled out my phone. See, Dom and I had actually met once at a mutual friends party after they broke up. Seemed like a decent dude. We'd connected on social media. Never really talked, but I had his number. I called him on speaker. "Hey Dom, it's Tom. We met at Rodriguez's party last year. I'm dating Gemma now." "Oh hey man, everything okay?" He sounded cautious. "Yeah. Quick question. Gemma says you've never refused to pay her car insurance on top of most of her living expenses. That true?" Long pause. Then he laughed. Not a happy laugh. "That's because I knew when to walk away, man. Good luck." He hung up. The silence in our apartment was deafening. Gemma's face went from red to white to red again. You called my ex? You brought him up?" Figured we should get his expert opinion. She started screaming about boundaries, privacy. How dare I? This is insane. Manipulative, abusive even. The whole neighborhood probably heard. I just started packing her stuff. Update 1. Didn't expect this to blow up? To answer some questions, yes, this is real. No, I don't think calling her ex was psycho. She literally been comparing me to him for months. Play stupid games, right? So after the call, I started putting her things in boxes. She tried everything, screaming that I can't kick her out. I can. Lisa is in my name only. Crying about how I humiliated her, threatening to call the cops for what? Saying her friends would destroy me on social media. I just kept packing, calm as a cucumber, which seemed to make her madder. Then she switched tactics. Suddenly she's sobbing, apologizing, saying she didn't mean it. She loves me. Dom was terrible, actually. Please don't do this. I asked her one question. How much was your half of rent supposed to be this month? She couldn't answer because she hadn't paid her 30% share in 3 months. Always had an excuse, but somehow had money for girls' trips, concerts, new clothes. Told her she had until end of business day tomorrow to get her stuff. She could stay with her friend Qley tonight. Called Qley myself to confirm she could take her. Qley was surprisingly understanding. Apparently this wasn't the first time. But here's where it gets really good. This morning, I get a call from her mother, Eleanor. This woman who I've met maybe 5 times starts laying into me. How dare I kick out her baby girl? Don't I know how sensitive Gemma is? Real men take care of their women financially. I'm probably gay if I can't handle a strong woman who knows her worth. I let her rant for a solid minute. Then Eleanor, did Gemma tell you she hasn't paid rent in 3 months? That's not valid. She said you told her not to worry about it. Did she mention she spent $800 on concert tickets last week? She deserves to have fun. Did she tell you she's been comparing me to her ex for our entire relationship? Well, maybe you should be more like him. Ma'am, her ex literally told me he dumped her because of this exact behavior. Click. She hung up. 20 minutes later, Gemma's sister Fiona texts me a novel about how I'm a broke, dusty loser who can't handle a queen and that I'll die alone with my calculator. I'm an accountant. The calculator joke was actually pretty funny. Update 2. The entitlement escalation has been absolutely wild. So Gemma came to get her stuff yesterday with a whole entourage. Her mom Eleanor, sister Fiona, and 3 friends. They showed up in 2 cars like some kind of intervention squad. Eleanor immediately started. Tom, we need to talk about this like adults. Sure. Gemma owes me $2,400 in back rent. When can I expect payment? The friends started chiming in. Relationships aren't about money. From Qley, who I know for a fact makes her boyfriend pay for everything. You probably made her feel like she couldn't contribute. From Ashley, unemployed for 2 years. This is financial abuse. From Madison, who has never paid her own phone bill. While they're all arguing with me at the door, Gemma is inside grabbing her stuff. But apparently, she decided some of my things were also hers. I caught her putting my Nintendo Switch in her box. That's mine. We used it together. It's ours. I bought it before we met. Put it back. You're being petty. Put it back. She threw it on the couch and called me a stingy a-hole. Then she tried to take the air fryer, the coffee maker, the good sheets, even tried to grab my grandmother's cast iron pan that's literally been in my family for 60 years, claiming she seasoned it better. Each time I had to step in, each time the peanut gallery at the door got louder about how I was emotionally abusing her by not letting her steal my stuff. The peak moment came when she went for my laptop, my work laptop. Gemma, that's literally company property. I use it for Netflix. That's not how ownership works. Fiona shouted from the doorway, let her have something. You've taken everything from her. Like what? Her free housing, her free utilities, her personal chef and maid service. That shut them up for about 10 seconds. As they're loading the cars, Eleanor pulls me aside for one more attempt. Tom's sweetheart Gemma is going through a lot. She's sensitive. She needs stability. Can't you just forgive this little argument and let her come back? Eleanor, your daughter compared me to her ex for 18 months, stopped paying rent, and tried to steal my grandmother's pan. No, you'll never find another girl like her. That's literally the point. But the absolute peak entitlement came this morning. I get a Venmo request from Gemma for $1,800, the note for emotional labor and household management. 18 months at $100 a month. Pay immediately, or I'll take you to small claims. Emotional labor. She couldn't remember to buy toilet paper. I did all the cooking, all the cleaning, scheduled all the appointments. The only thing she managed was spending money we didn't have. I declined the request and sent her back a bill for $2,400 in unpaid rent, $400 in utilities, and $300 for the concert tickets she bought with my emergency credit card without asking. She blocked me, then unblocked me an hour later to send, "You're going to regret this. I'm going to make sure everyone knows what kind of man you really are." Cool. Screenshot saved. Update 3. The smear campaign started exactly as expected. Gemma went nuclear on social media, posting these long rants about emotional abuse, financial control, narcissistic behavior, the works. Some highlights from her posts. He isolated me from my support system. I encouraged her to go out with friends. He monitored every penny I spent. I asked her to pay 30% of rent. He turned my family against me. I told them the truth. He even called my ex to humiliate me. Okay, that one's true, but warranted what she didn't expect. Dom commenting on one of her posts. Gemma, this is the exact same story you told about me and Brad before me. Maybe it's time for some self-reflection. The comment section exploded. Suddenly Brad, the ex before Dom, appeared. Wait, she told people I was financially controlling too. She lived with me rent-free for a year. Then some girl named Amy showed up. Girl, you still owe me $600 from 2019. The post got deleted within an hour. But screenshots are forever. And her friends were texting me laughing about it. But Gemma wasn't done. Oh no, she tried to get me fired. She called my company's HR department claiming I was harassing her and creating a hostile work environment. Problem is, we don't work together. We've never worked together. She doesn't even know what firm I work at. She thought I worked at one of the big four, but I work at a regional firm. She called the wrong company. My actual boss found out because the other firm called asking if we had an employee named Tom. It's a small industry, people talk. He thought it was hilarious. Ex problems. Yeah, been there. Take Friday off. Mental health day. Paid. Then came the extinction burst. Learned that term from you guys. Last night, 2 a.m. Banging on my door. It's Gemma drunk with some new guy. She's crying, saying she misses me, she loves me, she made mistakes. New guy looks confused as hell. Babe, you said we were going to your place. This is my place. I live here. Tom, tell him. Dude, she doesn't live here. She hasn't lived here for a week. She's using you for a ride. He looks at her, looks at me, looks back at her. You said this was your ex-roommate. He is roommate. We dated for 18 months. She got kicked out for not paying rent and comparing me to her ex constantly. The guy's face was a journey. You said your ex was abusive. He is. Look what he's doing. What? Not letting you into his apartment at 2 a.m.? She turned on him. You're taking his side? You men are all the same. He just walked away, left her there. She started screaming at both of us. Then just at me, then just at the universe in general. I called Qley. Come get your friend before I call the cops. While waiting, Gemma sat on my doorstep, alternating between sobbing about how her life is ruined and threatening to sue me for existence. I guess you destroyed everything. I have nothing. You have exactly what you brought to the relationship. Nothing. I gave you my best years. Gemma, you're 27 and we dated for less than 2 years. Relax, Qley finally showed up looking exhausted. Gemma, come on. This is the third time this week? Third time? Apparently she'd been doing this regularly. Just usually I was asleep and didn't hear it. As Qley is dragging her away, Gemma shouts one more thing. Dom was twice the man you are. I couldn't help myself. Then why is he dating a yoga instructor named Bradley now? Dead silence. Even Qley stopped walking. What? Yeah, he's bi. Didn't you know? He's super happy now. Posted about their 6-month anniversary yesterday. She literally collapsed, just sat on the ground processing this information. Qley finally got her in the car, but not before mouthing sorry to me. Final update. So this is probably the last update because life has finally gotten back to normalish. The last few weeks have been illuminating. After the 2 a.m. incident, Gemma went completely silent for about a week. I thought maybe she'd finally gotten the message. Nope. Eleanor called me last week. Different energy this time. Tired, defeated. Tom, what actually happened? I need the truth. Apparently, Gemma had moved back home and the mask had completely come off. She was treating her parents like servants, demanding money, refusing to look for work, and constantly ranting about how the world owed her better. I sent Eleanor screenshots of the Venmo request for emotional labor, the bills for unpaid rent, and the social media posts where Dom and Brad had called her out. Long silence then. Oh my God, we created a monster, didn't we? That's above my pay grade, Eleanor, she is. She told the same stories about them. We always believed her. We always took her side. Oh my God. She apologized profusely and mentioned they're requiring Gemma to get a job in therapy or move out. Good luck with that. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming, including me. Remember, Dom, we've actually become friends, like genuine friends. After the whole social media disaster, he reached out to apologize for his snarky comment on the phone. Nah, man, you were perfect. That timing was chef's kiss. I felt bad leaving you hanging, but honestly, when you called, I had war flashbacks. That woman is exhausting. We grabbed beers last week. Brad came too. It was like a support group for Gemma survivors. Brad brought a spreadsheet. He's an engineer, documenting all the money she borrowed, stolen from him. Dom had screenshots of her comparing him to Brad constantly when they dated. The patterns were identical. Brad summed it up perfectly. She doesn't want a partner. She wants a parent with benefits. We have a group chat now called Dodged Bullets. It's mostly memes and checking in on each other. Brad's engaged now. Don's happy with Bradley and me. I'm just enjoying having my apartment back, my finances in order, and my sanity intact. Gemma, from what I hear through the grapevine, is already dating someone new. Some guy from her gym who apparently has potential. Translation? Money. Qley told me Gemma has already started the Betrayal. My ex was abusive narrative about me to him. The guy's name Tom, different Tom, but still the jokes write themselves. His buddy already reached out to me on Instagram asking if the stories were true. I just sent him the screenshot of the Venmo request for emotional labor and said, good luck. He responded, Jesus Christ. Yeah, buddy, run. As for me, I'm good. Better than good, actually. Started seeing someone who from my building's coffee shop. She actually insisted on splitting our first date bill. When I offered to pay, she said, I'm an adult with a job, not a charity case. I might have fallen a little bit in love right there. She thinks this whole story is hilarious, but her favorite part was the calculator joke from Fiona. At least she was creative with the insults, she said. And final funny note, I ran into Qley yesterday. Apparently, Gemma tried to charge her rent to stay on her couch. Qley kicked her out immediately. Even her most loyal friend has limits. The entitlement never ends with some people. But you know what? Not my circus. Not my monkeys anymore. To everyone who said I dodged a bullet, more like I dodged a nuclear missile. And to anyone dealing with their own Gemma, that comparison to their ex, that's not about you. It's manipulation. Pure and simple. The second someone starts that game, remember what Dom said. Know when to walk away. Peace out. I'm gonna go enjoy my drama-free life with my calculator and my financially responsible girlfriend. P.S. Gemma, if you're reading this, and Qley says you definitely are. Dom's boyfriend says, hi. He also says you still owe him $40 from that double date you insisted on 2 years ago.